So today we're doing a complete overview of the Sims horses. This is Chestnut Ridge where it's all based. Um, the Sims, it's called it's Horse Ranch Pack, and I thought it was so good. This is Create a Sim. Some of the clothes I absolutely loved that they added like flares and like this proper denim type, and they're just very ranchy looking clothes. I really liked it. I used it a few times. I just really liked how the clothes looked. I really liked how my character looked. I just basically made a simple family. I just made a mother and a daughter so that I could see what the children interacted like with the horses as well as adults in the game. So I just created a simple. I think I tried some of the ranch clothes on the kid, which are them flowy tops you can see, and the flared jeans. And then I made three very different type of horses. There's so many horse breeds to choose from, as you can see there. I like this is all sped up, but there was so many to choose from. So I tried to make three different types. I made this horse like a very like independent, brave horse, and quite big and muscly, and it looks more like working horse. So that one was called August, and then I made this one called Luna, and I wanted her to be more like slender, kind of like she looks like a pony looking sort of horse, maybe like a more riding kind of horse for like the little girl to ride on or something. And then I thought I'd make a foal as well so that I could just really get all gameplay so that I've got like adult horses to test the waters with, and I've got like a foal to see how they interact and etc. And then I went into the build mode and I didn't realize I wasn't filming the first bit. So I unfortunately only have like halfway through it where I'd already made this little chicken area because I wanted cottage living to be sort of like involved. I wanted to see what, the chickens were like with the goats and the horses and have them all like interact really closely. There's one element of this game I didn't really get to pursue. I know a lot of people have been going on about the cave in the New World, and it has this sort of like fantasy feel, like this little storyline, and you go through this like narrative with it. But I didn't get to really explore that. I mainly explored all of like the build and buy, stuff and the wine making and the horses, the mini goats, like what they all interact like, looking after them. And honestly, it was very full on. My sim died like twice. I had to restart the game. And then I also burnt the kitchen down, I think, at one point. My sim was she was just so tired and exhausted. In all fairness, I didn't get a ranch hand to help, which I probably should have done, and that would have been good to, video and show everybody what that's like. But I didn't feel like I needed to. I was enjoying the gameplay, so I just kept on with it. And yeah, I just basically exhausted my sim to death. I also practically let her starve to death. So I do love a bedroom though. A bedroom is very, very nice. And I really like the like timber slats in the bedroom. And I love all the new kind of wood in the game. It's so nice. And as you saw in the kids' bedroom, them like old dresser types where they're like the proper like old solid kind of wood, big and chunky, and little saddle holders. I really dressed the whole place up with loads of like flowers and stuff as well. I wanted it to be like really big and like open open rangy type so they can all just wander and it's like real pretty. I let the house just be really boring. I spend absolutely hours and hours on houses, like really detailed. I do like every little tiny detail and everything. And with this, I just thought, let's just keep it simple. Let's use some of the new, options, like some of the new furniture. Let's just have this like big open space and get on with it because there's gonna be like animals wandering around the house, so there's no point having it cluttered. So I just did this like simple ranch space, just purely for gameplay. Um, I really like the shutters and everything. I just like how it all looks. And I built a cellar well, or a basement, whatever you want to call it, because I know that the nectar ages quicker if it's in the basement. So I thought, why not just put everything down there to begin with? Then it's a win-win really. So I just built a basement from the off and thought that I'll just leave it to when I get to that part in the game. I can just go down there and make my wine. I made this really open kitchen as well so that animals could just come and wander. And I just thought I'll just leave it like this. I like the little pot rack and the little carpets in this game and all the little items. It's a very cute pack. It's got some very nice stuff. As we can see from this one, we've got like the TV cabinet, that's from the pack, and you can see into the kitchen, the wooden counters and everything, they're from the pack, even the windows are as well. Um, I tried to just use objects in each room that sort of link, so you can got a better view of it here in the kitchen, all of the wooden counters. You've got a nice view of the burnt counter from my sim nearly burning the kitchen down over and over again, and chickens just wandering in as well, which is pretty cute. I like the way that this
Menon,
looks, like the
Wibbesut
cottage living and
Nayavudif.
the horse ranch just working together. Um, I mean, people are most annoyed about the horses being part of your family. I didn't say it bothers me really.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it bothered me. Yes, obviously it limits how many you can have, but I don't feel like you'd want loads anyway because it is very full
Fine,
on, and
fine.
it can maybe get a bit glitchy if
Remember.
you've got loads. When I add mini sheep and mini goats, I only add like five because people have been adding like 10, 20, and it's caused major glitches. And even with me just adding five, it like crashed my game and I had to restart it all. There was only like one horse moving. The whole like game was like vibrating and things were just going wrong. So I had to restart it, and it was getting quite tedious. So that was slightly irritating. That was the only glitch I really sort of encountered there. Well, you'll see as this goes on that there is a few weird little things, but I absolutely love this little video of the horse like that. I just love the movements. I like how uncomfortable she looks while riding August for the first time. She literally is uncomfortable. She just looks really, I don't know. I like that about them. I like that they've all got their own little like postures and stuff. I like how the kids interact with the horses. I really liked how this was. I like how the foal just sleeps everywhere and anywhere. I like that these horses do sort of have their own personalities, and they like wander over to the Sims like dogs and cats do and want attention and stuff. And I think it is it's quite a cute dynamic, to be fair. Um, I did hear. I think I was just testing out. Like I was like thinking, did they go over to the water themselves? That's why I was thinking, do I need to call the horse to drink? And she was still out on a ride, and as you can see, she's still very uncomfortable. She looks very uncomfortable right now. She just looks like absolutely dead in the face, like not enjoying horse riding whatsoever. I do like that the world is sort of, you've got loads of places to roam. I know if you land on a property, it didn't feel too bad because if you just like sat on your horse and then click visit property, um, the loading screen was only like 2, 3 seconds, and I was still sat on the horse like when it then went to me being on the property. So it didn't feel too much like it was in the way, but it's definitely a big difference from Sims 3, obviously, and I think a lot of people are upset about that. Oh, prairie grass. I got loads of prairie grass because the horses were eating it, and it was just a win-win. The Sims were, I was getting my Sim to just cut it and everything, and she was finding loads of stuff to be able to make nectar within there. So it's very handy. My horses kept wandering into the chicken bit all of the time, and it was very nice because they kept interacting with each other. So Luna was like a very scared horse. She developed these like fears of loads of different stuff. And August, because he's a brave horse, he actually like taught her to not be scared. I remember like a notification coming up saying that Luna will no longer get scared because August is basically like taught her not to, which I thought was really interesting that you could have that kind of like dynamic in there. I don't know, it was just cool. It was really cool. All these photos, you can see the kid just looks so uncomfortable. I just took these photos to show that what it's like riding them, that, there's different like riding styles based on how comfortable the sim is and stuff, and you can see how it improves and stuff. I like this. I like how like detailed the horses like look and how nice it looks along with all the like the sun and the prairie grass, and I don't know, I thought the textures were really nice with this pack. I thought they did really good with the wood, and I was also really impressed at the pre-built houses, like the modern house, and some of the houses that Max's build. I was really impressed because normally they're absolute crap. I mean, their original base game ones, like, in like the Goth House and different stuff like that, there's like windows not even level with each other, or like walls where they're like missing a wallpaper and stuff like that. And they just felt rushed and just absolutely like bare minimum boring. And I feel like with these ones, they actually really made the effort. I proper love the modern style house that's on this map, and I actually created another family to live in it. And I converted, like I added a little stable so that they could have a horse. Um, and I was going to include some footage of that, but then I realized that I had built this like really nice modern stable into the like the foundation bit, like up the platform, and then I realized horses couldn't go up the stairs to this platform, so I had to rethink it all, and it just frustrated me, so I didn't include it in this video. But if you'd like to look at that one, like a more modern build, and it was a bigger family dynamic. It's like a little boy, his mum and grandparents, and they've all got this big like winemaking bit out back and this big open modern house. And they've only got one horse, and I'm gonna have them like really, really train that horse and try and get like the best at competitions and stuff. That's what I was trying to do with these horses, as you can see here. I was trying to like train them and I did like loads of barrel training with Luna, and then with August, I did more like riding and building up his like temperament skill and stuff like that. But I don't know, I feel like it took up so much time sometimes. I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere with it. Like the horses wouldn't really want to do much, or my sim would be tired. Um, I feel like it would be a lot easier just with one horse to focus on. I think it's because I started with three, to be honest. I think that was my fault. And then I started adding chickens to look after as well, and sheep and stuff. There was actually one point where I literally just went on a horse ride. All three of the hay feeders were full, and I went on a horse ride with August, and then Luna got taken away because she was starving. But there was prairie grass everywhere for her to eat, and there was also free full of the hay holders. So I was really confused. I had to restart the game then as well because Luna got taken away by like animal services, even though there's food absolutely everywhere. So I don't know what was happening there. I love how uncomfortable I just like the way this is, where it's a proper glitch there. If you look at those legs, that's just not normal. Like the legs, the way they were all the way far out, then it just did not look right. It just looks so glitchy. Like this here, like they're literally just attached to the feet, levitating in the air. The whole like, oh my god, is it called like a stirrup? I don't even know. I don't know my terminology at all. I do not know my terminology for horse riding gear, but that is such a glitch. It looks so bad, honestly. Loads of people have been going on about that. I've been seeing it all over Facebook with people getting annoyed with the Sims riding with their feet all the way out like that with the horse accessories attached instead of just being like, how they should be. And then this is the loading screen I was on about, I think. I've said it was a couple of seconds, and that's because what it was a couple of seconds with my other sim, but I feel like in this video, that was like 5 seconds. So it's not too bad. But I mean, considering, I wish you could just go straight in there and I wish you didn't have to earn this house to practice on barrels and stuff. I'm pretty sure, I know, it wasn't that actually. I think it's because I think it's because she's a kid that I couldn't practice the barrels. But I wish they all just had people in. I feel like I didn't see many people while I was riding horses. I think I saw like one child at one point, and then like just some random guy riding his horse. But I was expecting to see like loads of people out riding horses, but I didn't really see that. I only saw like the same one person riding a horse. Um, but I do like the animations of it. Like as she's become more comfortable with August, look, she's like sat normally now. She's not glitching out with her feet right wide out, in the air and stuff like that. She looks more comfortable. I do like that realistic element of it. I wish it was more free world. I'd absolutely love if you could go on the map like Sims 3 and you could like spot unicorns and stuff. That would be so interesting. That'd be so cool. I kept having this issue where she just kept getting off the horse as well. Like I was trying to send them home. I was trying to like, sorry, excuse me. I was just yawning then. I was trying to. It's literally like 1 in the morning, and I've been like putting off filming this because I keep trying to gather more footage. And now I'm finally filming, and I just keep yawning because I'm just so exhausted. But Yeah, she just kept getting off and it was irritating me. And then I kept choosing ride home, thinking that there was like to obviously ride home together. But for some reason, she kept getting off, and then the horse just kept going to eat prairie grass. I was like, okay, whatever. Here I was looking at August's profile because I realised that the worth of the horse is to do with all of like it's to do with like the competitions and their skills and that, and like all the different stuff. As we can see, look, another video of her Ben in the kitchen. There was just struggles all the time. I was trying so much, and yeah, I'm not getting anywhere. I should have started with one horse, honestly. I really should. I don't think it was, if it was just being horses, it would have been okay, but it's because I like got loads of chickens and mini goats, and they all needed feeding and hugging and their hair brushing, otherwise I'd be threatened to like, that the stuff going on with them, and they're all saying that they're dirty and unhappy, and it was very draining. And this little wine cellar I absolutely love. And this interaction, I was so glad I got caught it on camera. It was like they were both eating and then just looked at each other and they just start talking to each other look while they're eating. It's so cool. That there's some wine making in action. I like how I like how they made the wine. It's cool, don't get me wrong, it's really cool. I'd be like I'd be like, I couldn't go in there in like full jeaned flares doing it because it would just be all over. But you know, uh, I like the like traditional, sense of making all these like wine and stuff, and or nectar as to call it, with all like the different stuff. It's really cool. I like it. I think she makes like, I think we found one in prairie grass and then she made one. But I think I ended up buying a lot of the ingredients as well rather than finding them. This is the little sheep and goat bit I was on about. I made it out of just like the wooden walls and just some little like roofing slat bits and stuff. I just thought it looked cute. I thought it was like a nice little area for the mini goats and sheep to go sleep. Like it looked like a realistic ranch. Like they all have their own areas, like the horse area, and the chickens have their own coop and garden, and the goats have their own pen. I just thought that was nice. And this is where I'm getting all the mini sheep and the goats. I was really confused first how you do it, but then I found it. It's you got to do it through your phone. Um, I didn't like all the coloured ones, like all the multicolour of like red and green and blue. I just thought they looked really weird. I just wanted like normal looking goats and sheep and different stuff like that. I didn't want loads of like multicoloured animals. I don't want any green sheep running about or red sheep or blue goats. I just thought, no, let's just go and like, cute little animal colours. So I got some like black ones and black and white ones, and I got some like one that was like mocha coloured, so it's like white and caramelly and brown, and they're all just really nice colours. So I think I got five of them. I think I got like three goats and two sheep or something. And then what I didn't like is that they're just like objects in your pocket, as you can tell in your inventory. They're just basically like objects. And I was gonna drag them there. I didn't realize that couldn't drag them. I thought you just dragged them, but you have to place them. So I ended up placing them, and then there just was like all on my kitchen floor. Literally, so I start placing them all. As you can see, they're so cute. And once they're placed, yes, they look like proper interactable animals, but I don't like how they just like appear out of mist and that they're just like stored in your pockets. It is weird. It'd be better if someone like came and brought them, like it looked more realistic. And as soon as I placed them all, they literally just all went to sleep on the kitchen floor. Like they must have like a certain bedtime. Like that's it. They're like, yep, it's 9:30 at night. We're off to sleep. Stop. So I started giving them all really stereotypical names, the sheep and the goats. I just give them all really stereotypical names. I was trying to think of some phrases. I called that one Mocha, even though there was already one called Mocha, and I just didn't even know. And then this cute little spotted one. I was thinking of names for so long. I really liked the name Butternut, to be fair, but I don't know, it just sounded a bit weird to say. I wanted him to have more like female names. They all sounded quite male, and but you get milk from them, so I wanted them to just sound more female. So I called that one Dotty, and then this one. I'm trying to think of see if I know the names. I think I called this one like Caramel Choo Choo. Yeah, I did. Caramel Choo Choo. Um, and then what did I call that one? I'm not too sure. That one was already called Mocha. I can't remember what I called this one. It'll be another, Anna Perdita, like the female Dalmatian off of the classic 101 Dalmatians from Disney. And then see, there's another mocha type sheep called Cloud. I don't know why it's called Cloud. It's so weird. But I feel like they just give them random names when they send them to you. And I think I called this one, yeah, Cookie. It was either Coco or Cookie. I was like, yeah, Cookie, whatever. So they all have really like weird stereotypical names. So like Caramel Choo Choo, yeah, that's such a good name. And they're all just fast asleep on my floor. And oh, this is the roofing bit I was on about when I was like, oh my God, look at this roof. It looks so much better with the roofs like that. And this is me highlighting just like the furniture and the way everything looks now with the roofs. Like everything looks so much cooler with those roofs. And all like the wood and the chairs and the way it all looks with like, all the stuff on the wall and them sliding bar doors are so nice. And the stables, everything's just so nice. I like love so much of the items in this game. Like they're so cool. I realised that I didn't need to have so much stuff because it's all out in the world. Yeah, my child came across this like stinky child and they were just like talking and my kid just looked like superior and I don't know whether this little dirty kid was like taking the piss out of my kid but mine just looked superior talking on her horse and then I think I asked her to like hang out I think because I wanted my kid to make some friends because she's just like constantly spending time with horses and I asked her to hang out and I think she says yeah and then I think she just walks away. I had like millisecond after, and she just goes. So clearly, she just didn't want to hang out. So she already said she'll hang out. Look, okay, I can hang out now. I should really get going in the same second. This is the horse I was on about. That's the only guy I saw ride around the world with his horse. Same one every time. And this footage of the little goats and sheep walking is so cute. I absolutely love this. It's so sweet. They were all just walking out back through these barn doors, just like they were all just walking out back to see the horses, I think. Or maybe they just thought that they could only go back way. But look at that. They're all just oh my God, they're so cute. They're so cute. This is like a cute like look at that. I love the way that the foal just like interacts like they're just looking at them and questioning about the horses and that. And then I started to see what shearing looked like. I really like their eyes. It's very realistic. Like sheep and goats do have them like crazy like lamb type eyes. And I don't know, they're just so cute. I started shearing one of them to see what it looked like. And then things started getting a bit glitchy, I think, in a minute. I think where my horse is looking right now. So this is what happened. So the horse was moving, but my sim was just doing that creepy like head movement and the sheep was just blinking, so I had to restart the game because nothing else would move. It was like time was on standstill. And then I thought, oh my God, it's doing it again with the skirt, but it didn't. She just carried on and then finished the action. So I think I had sorted it just by restarting the game. I think it just I don't know what had happened, but I thought it's gonna start mini glitches, but I didn't have another glitch of the mini goat or sheep after that, so it clearly, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I really like this little crop area. I like that you can fertilise the crops with manure. As you can see, you can literally get outstanding horse manure. I'm guessing it's when your horse is healthy and outstanding. I don't know, but I use it to fertilise the crops, and I'm pretty sure it worked quite well. I mean, I didn't even pay much attention to the crops because my sim was just failing at life. She was falling asleep, passing out in her own urine, setting fire to kitchens, getting horses taken away because she just like, because everything was glitching. It was not a good time. it was good gameplay. I really enjoyed it, but it was very full on, and I would do it differently now. I would only have one horse. I'd have a smaller lot. I would have just like one goat and maybe a few chickens. But I really do like the movements of the horses. The horses honestly didn't glitch out at all, apart from the when the riding the minute goes a bit glitchy sometimes. But apart from that, the horses didn't glitch. It was only the sheep and mini goats that glitched if I went to go shear them or milk them. Sometimes it'd be glitches or it'd freeze for like a couple of minutes and then it'd be okay. I really love the interactions with like the goats and the mini sheep, as you can see. I just love how it looks. Like it's so like detailed and they've got the movements so good and the way that they all just like interact around each other. There's literally points where like the sheep are curious about the chickens and the chickens are going over to the sheep. And it all just works so well. It's like this little ranch dynamic, this little farm dynamic. The kids just hugging this chicken here, look. And I just like how the horses are just. I just love this photo. It looks so cool. As we can see, she's like, look guys, it's my chicken. So they all look really sweet. I like that photo. And then the little mini sheep kept coming into the chicken bit as well. See, I didn't realise I just caught that on camera. But to me, that looked like the foal was drinking from Luna. But I mean, she's not Luna's, the foal's not Luna's baby or anything. But I don't know, can they do that? Maybe they can do that. Maybe I don't know. I didn't even realize that until now that that's what that looked like. I liked this. I like the movements, like the quick swerves around, and like the way that Luna's just like galloping at night. I think it's because she's free spirited as well as like the foal, so they just like run around and enjoy exercise a lot more. And then I took her to the training centre. Well, this is across the street from the training centre. It's like a stables and like a rest area. So I realised I went to the centre's only open from 7 till 7, and I went like ridiculously late at like midnight or something. So as you can see, I'm skipping time and just getting her to like train and that. And then because I got her to do so much barrel training, she was then proper tired. So I had to try and get her to like sleep in the stables, which she did. She like went to sleep in the stables before her competition. And my simmer, she can see, is really struggling. She's like exhausted. And I thought, if your sim's exhausted, does that like also ruin the competition? Because like, you're like that tired, does it like jeopardize becoming first place or something if like you and your horse are tired, or if you're in like all your like needs are low? I don't know. I was a bit self-conscious about it, so I got her to nap on the sofa and try and kill some time. These competitions, I realised that I didn't have like loads of skill. I could have done the show jumping one, I think, but the Western Pleasure one, I had all the right things for it. So like horse riding, it was no, it wasn't the Western one. I was reading through more like this. Like I really wanted to do the barrel racing one because I thought I had done enough of it, but I didn't meet the requirements. So I think I did the Western one or whichever one I just clicked there. And because I had all the ticks, I think I was like one level higher on each one. Yeah, the Western Pleasure competition. And I thought I won't win it though because my sim's very uncomfortable. Like there's loads of things going on, and I think the horse had a few problems as well. So I thought that it was just not gonna go my way, and that I just like spent like £100 entering for no reason. But I won, as we can see. I got the gold medal, 300. And here's some photos again. As we've already seen this photo, I know, but these are some photos I got obviously from around the farm just to really like hype it up again of how good it was because it's coming to the end of the video now, and I just love like how this I think the pack is good. I mean, yeah, it's like £35 I think it was in the UK. Um Maybe if it was like a bit less, maybe like I don't know, £25 or something. But I think considering this is an expansion pack, you do get a lot. You get a lot of really nice furniture. You get a lot of nice woods. like textures. You've got really nice interaction. The horses are just worth it all. Like the interaction with the horses is amazing. The world is a really good world, really good builds, and the mini goats are absolutely adorable. And it does work really well. There's a few glitches, but I think if you keep it at a minimal, this is like a really good pack, and I think it's worth the money, honestly. It's definitely worth the money in my opinion if you're looking for like some new exciting gameplay compared to what you're normally doing. But with that, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.